Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome you to Down Rabbit Hole 2022 Chica DP Art Exhibitions. I am Feliza.
And I am Ivan, will be your host for today's event. We would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us in this year Cikal DP Art exhibitions. Also, we would like to say welcome to Ibu Fadlun Umar, who's also joining us online from the comfort of her home. Good morning, Ibu Lun. This year marks the second time Sekolah Cikal is holding the event online. And this year, our exhibition is titled Down the Rabbit Hole.
Today's event is the peak of the DP Art Exhibition, where our Year 12 senior have showcased their project, which they have made throughout their 2 years of being DP Visual Art, Film, and Music students.
This year, there are a total of 46 artworks that consist of 28 artworks from Year 12 students and 16 artworks from Year 11 students. We also have 4 films that are made by Year 12 and Year 11 students. Also, there will be 2 music performances from our Year 12 students. However, before we start the event, I think we need to briefly explain for those who are not familiar yet about DB art exhibitions. Could you please explain to us, Felisa?
For sure, the exhibition is an annual event where Sekolah Cikal Jakarta exhibit the art student body of work to the public. In particular perspective, it is a culmination of idea representing the creativity, communication, and understanding of our student. During this event, you, the audience, will be able to observe the collection of art pieces through the mean of our social media account at chikaldparts_2022. Not to mention, you will be able to witness conversation between the student on revealing the nature of their proposed notions and expression within their work.
Now, to open the 2022 DP Art exhibitions, we would like to welcome the head of Sekolah Cikal, Ibu Tari Sanjoyo. Ibu Tari, the spotlight is yours.
Thank you, Pa Irfan and Felisa. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today to see the unveiling of creativity, self-expression, and courage. And not only that, I'm also grateful to see the overwhelming support that parents, teachers, and staffs have been giving to our wonderful artists. Thank you for caring so much. Finding strength through vulnerability is very introspective, so students can explore and express their truest identities. It also makes us, the audience, reflect on ourselves. The image of vulnerability may seem counterintuitive with the building of strength, but vulnerability fosters good emotional and mental health as we allow our emotions to happen and we work through them instead of pushing them away. It builds empathy and fosters better relationships towards us and other people. In this case, the students will be expressing their discoveries through the form of artworks and other creative forms. I'm truly excited to see what's about to come. Before I end this speech, I want to congratulate the students for their hard work, as the journey to discovery can be a thrilling yet challenging ride. I also would like to share my profound gratitude to the teachers, staffs, and of course the parents for trusting us and providing the students with never-ending support. Thank you very much, everyone, and enjoy the IBDP Arts Exhibition of Sekolah Cikal Amri Setu. Thank you.
Thank you, Butari, for the wonderful work. We would like to pass on the spotlight to the principal of Sekolah Cikal Amri, Ibu Siti Fatima. Please welcome Ibu Sifa.
Thank you, Felisa. Good morning, parents, students, and teacher. Welcome to Sekolah Cikal Amri DP Art Exhibition. Normally, we hold our exhibition in our studio, but the coronavirus has put paid to that, and so here we are in the event. Thank you for joining with us. Art is one of the universal language that all human beings understand and use to communicate. We use art to appreciate who we are, our place in the world, and the meaning of our lives. It allows us to express ourselves and to speak to others across time and place. Through this art exhibition with the theme Down the Rabbit Hole, DP art students in Sekolah Cikal Amri show their 5 stars competencies, which is self-regulated learner. This exhibition allowed them to see their work come to life. The process including selecting their best artwork, trimming, and mounting the work and then putting it in the correct size frames. Our students have worked really hard to produce some well-presented final art pieces for the exhibition. Congratulations, dears. And also, I want to thank all to the people who worked so hard to facilitate this exhibition. By now, I can see all of you are very excited to visit our exhibition. So without any delay, all of you are requested to enjoy the exhibition. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibu Sifa, for the opening words. Next on, we would like to invite the DPR teachers representative, Bapa Reno Ganesa, our DP Visual Art teachers, to introduce down the rabbit is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Paifan. Good morning, and a very warm welcome to all of the students, parents, teachers, and the audience who have gathered here physically or virtually to witness the opening of our 2 days IB Diploma Program Arts Exhibition 2022. The year of 2022 has put our 6th year of organizing DP Arts Exhibition for both visual arts and film students. This year, however, we're excited to welcome a delightful addition to our team of artists, our music students, all who will be presenting to you an inspiring body of works over the course of their 2 year diploma program at Sekolah Cikal, Jakarta. Our latest batch of Year 12 students continue to astound us with dedication and high quality works despite facing many challenges in these trying years. I am proud to say they have successfully developed themselves as self reflective learners and communicators through art. In this special occasion, I would also like to express my utmost gratitude to the Board of Committee and student volunteers who have made this event possible, the Serum Art Handling who helped us putting the offline exhibition together, and last but certainly not the least, our Year 11 students for designing an incredible poster for this exhibition. Your support has helped us through the various difficulties and achieve we had envisioned. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for making our students' vision come true. Congratulations again to visual arts, film, and music students on this wonderful exhibition. May it be the start of a much more exciting journey and exploration ahead of you in the future. Welcome to Cikal DP Arts Exhibition 2022. Let the works of our bright young artists take you on a magical adventure down the rabbit hole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Parino, for such a kind word. For the final opening statement, we would like to pass on the spotlight to the DP artist representative, Keisha.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Keisha Salsabila. Today, I am the student representative from the Down the Rabbit Hole exhibition. Down the Rabbit Hole is an exhibition that opens up about the idea of being vulnerable and how that can be perceived in a good light, while encapsulating the spectrum of human emotions and mentality. With the intention to create a collective body of work with the subjects of visual arts, film, and music from our Year 11 and Year 12 students, it has led us to express and explore our raw emotions, perceive vulnerability as a symbol of strength, and empower individuals to express themselves to the fullest. Amidst the COVID 19 pandemic, it has highlighted our vulnerability as students. Being vulnerable involves opening up, allowing parts of yourself that you protect and keep hidden to be seen, often without knowing how others will react. You might be familiar with the phrase down the rabbit hole, or maybe recognize it from the tale Alice in Wonderland. The phrase portrays a tale of curiosity that first stems from a white rabbit and later unfolds into many adventures after the main character, Alice, travels down a literal rabbit hole. With this concept, we want to represent a sense of curiosity that pushes us to find strength within ourselves and what makes us vulnerable. For the audience, we expect you all to be able to heed our creations and be able to find relations from what you've gathered from our exhibition with your own lives, understanding that both good and bad thought processes, also mental or emotional states, can exist in a human as they live. We want to conclude our final exhibition as strong, independent individuals who are ready to approach new beginnings in our life. With that being said, I hope everyone enjoys our exhibition. Welcome to the Chica DP Arts Exhibition 2022, Down the Rabbit Hole.
Well, thank you very much, Keisha, for introducing the theme of the exhibitions. To finally conclude these introduction sessions, we would like to invite Bapa Mansur Solihan to lead a prayer for the collections of blessing for this event. Please welcome Bapa Mansur.
Terima kasih Pak Ivan, Bapak Ibu, rekan-rekan guru, serta siswa-siswi tercinta. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semuanya. Sebelum dimulai DP Art Exhibition pagi ini, marilah sama-sama kita awali dengan berdoa terlebih dahulu. Semoga pesan-pesan yang tersirat dari keindahan aneka karya seni yang ditampilkan oleh siswa-siswi tercinta pada exhibition kali ini dapat menginspirasi Bapak Ibu dan semua yang hadir menyaksikan, dan semoga karya seni dari siswa-siswi tercinta kali ini bisa menjadi penyemangat untuk membuat karya-karya seni berikutnya yang tentunya lebih indah dan lebih bermakna. Untuk itu, marilah kita berdoa menurut keyakinan kita masing-masing. Bagi yang beragama Islam, silahkan membaca surah Al-Fatihah, dan bagi yang beragama lain, silahkan berdoa menurut ajaran agamanya masing-masing. Berdoa dimulai. Amin, amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Semoga doa kita semuanya diijabah oleh Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Tuhan yang Maha Kuasa. Terima kasih. Waktu dikembalikan kepada MC Pak Ivan dan Felicia. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Amen. Thank you, Pak Mansur. Now that we are done with the opening statement, we will start with our visual art exhibition tour. This year exhibition tour will be guided by one of our teacher who happened to be one of the hosts of today's event, none other than Pak Ivan. I hope you are sitting comfortably because what you will experience is pure art.
Towards vulnerabilities and hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the virtual art gallery tour of 2022 Sekolah Cikal Amri IBDP art exhibitions. This year, our year 12 is presenting an exhibition titled Down the Rabbit Hole, adopting the theme of social awareness towards vulnerabilities and strength within ourselves. My name is Ivan, and today I'll be guiding you in this virtual gallery tour. Indeed, we believe that art should be accessible to a wide audience. So in addition to visiting our exhibition tour, you can also indulge yourself by watching this program from the comfort of your home. This year, we are going to present or exhibiting of total 46 artwork from 4 year 12 students and 5 year 11 students who are taking visual art program in DP. To bring you the best experience, not only will I walk you through the exhibitions, but we are also joined by the artists themselves who are going to introduce us to their artworks. So, without further ado, let's get started with my lovely Jemima Shahabia.
Hi guys, my name is my lovely Jemima Zahabia and this is my exhibition. My exhibition theme is about toxic positivity, or we can say as an overgeneralization of a happy and optimistic state across all situations, which it shows the act of being denial or invalidation of human emotional experience. One of the centerpiece of my exhibition is called Things They Wanted to Say But Never Did. It is actually an artwork that came from a response of a survey that I made. The survey talks about what kind of positive phrases people usually dislike, which at the end I wrote all of the response in order to actually tell how people nowadays are so tired for always neglecting their own feelings due to society perception and standards of excessively pushing the state of optimism too much. And I feel like the artwork connects to the main point of my theme, which is toxic positivity, because the artwork itself, it shows the most prominent evidence of the act of toxic positivity itself. Just like what I mentioned before, my main intention of choosing toxic positivity as a theme is because I want people to know that they need to realize how being in an optimism state while neglecting your own feelings are something bad, which it will disadvantage you because it will make you become overwhelmed by the amount of those invalidated emotions that you have. Because again, I think it is very humane for someone to feel some certain of emotion and to feel grief sometimes.
Well, thank you, Jamie, for sharing some of your insights about your works here with us. Now, let's move on to the next exhibitor. Here we have Keisha Salsabila.
Hello, my name is Keisha Salabila, and this is my arts exhibition. My exhibition is titled Junkie Heads, and the exhibition centers around the varied obsessions of human behavior. So the term obsession can be interpreted in a more personal manner or a behavioral disorder that's usually heavily implied in social media. In some cases, most people take the word obsession as like a joke, but in some other cases, it could be a more serious matter. And the title Junkie Head itself derives from the word junkie, which actually means addiction or a person with compulsive behavior and obsessive dependency on certain things. That's why I took the name junkie and then make it into Junkie Heads, because my exhibition itself centers around people with these obsessions. So for my artwork Head Insider, I was mostly inspired by gacha games, or originally it was gonna be something like a gacha game system, like what you see in a lot of arcades. But then I also wanted to put people's thoughts in it too, because this whole theme is actually about someone who wants to get attention for people, and the lining itself, how the artwork is lined, is actually based on how deep the thoughts are. So for the one on top is actually describing like the lightest thoughts. They're not very extreme, but for the lowest one is actually pretty explicit, if I do say so myself. It actually contains some suicidal thoughts in it, so it goes downhill for that person. So basically it's telling this mind thought of a person who will do anything just for people's approval and or attention. And I think like a lot of people, we all have that want of like attention, and I want to see also like other people's thoughts, or like how would they do it. That's why I also write this instruction, so people can participate and also put in their own thoughts into here. So it's not only one person's thought, it's also everyone's thought. So that's why I decided to make this artwork a participatory artwork. So my centerpiece is my artwork called Capital Vices, and it's actually another word or title for the 7 deadly sins. So the reason why this specific artwork is my centerpiece is because my main inspiration for all of my artworks is actually the 7 deadly sins themselves, and I wanted to make each avatar, each sin an avatar or representative. So there's much more in depth to them, and it'll make sense for like the audience to see. And each of these characters also have some relation to my previous works, because again it's mainly inspired by the 7 deadly sins. For example, the sin lust is also, there's a connection with my previous artwork, which is called Smoking Love, which both of them embody obsession over love, where in Smoking Love it's an obsession over someone, and possessiveness, which is also connects to the concept of lust.
It's been nice to talk to you, Keisha. Thank you very much. To our audience, if you want to indulge yourself to our exhibition tour, you can do it yourself. Don't forget to visit and follow our Instagram account at ChikalDPArts_2022. Now, let's move on to the next exhibitor. We have Alia Nafila.
Hello, my name is Alia Nafila and this is my exhibition. So my overall theme for my exhibition revolves around the word identity and the act of self-expression. And so through like a wide range of colors and a complex mix of like medium, I wanted to share that compelling story where I was able to give that sense of freedom, but also share the complexity and hardship that goes within in finding our own identity, specifically through the things that we are like passionate about. And so for me, I use like fashion as my main medium to act as a guidance for me to do so. So all of my artworks and creations are solely based on my own story, and that of course has been inspired by many artists and figures along the way. And like through that, also with this perspective that every artist and creators are storytellers who want to share their own narrative of the world through the use of like art. And that has truly led me and inspired me to create the artworks you see today. And in a way, I wanted to provoke like the audience to like in their idealism or like the way of thinking, and like stimulate their like curiosity to also explore and like find their own like unique color, henceforth finding their own like personal identity. So through this experience, not only that I got to learn a lot about myself in different perspectives, but I also got to really get inspired and learn from just a lot of artists and figures I've discovered along the way, and just learning from their own journey and like looking at how they express themselves through like art that has, for example, like Carl Jung and his perspective on identity that has like really led me to be inspired and just express through my own ongoing journey, and also like improving like my self-knowledge, as well as really turning this opportunity, this moment to as a time for me to like self-reflect on like my past and the present and also the future.
I am really happy that you could introduce us to your artworks, and thank you for that. Now, last but not least, we have one more exhibitor that I want you to see. We have Malati Afianindya.
Hi, my name is Malati. Welcome to my visual arts exhibition.
The theme of my exhibition encompasses mental exhaustion, and I think mental exhaustion and like burnout is something a lot of people go through more often than you think. So I wanted to use it as the main theme of my exhibition to bring more attention to it. Yeah, there are plenty of artists that inspired me. They mostly inspired the formal qualities of my work, so more towards what the form and overall look of the artworks are going to be like. I think the pandemic has affected or influenced the creation of my body of work in many ways. Because I've mostly been at home, it's given me a lot of time to understand and listen to myself and my own well-being, which gave me ideas on what topics to cover in my artworks. But at the same time, because I've been mostly at home, there was a point where I was just stuck and my mind was blank. But from that, I slowly learned that I can turn the most mundane and everyday things that I see into artworks and give them meaning in relation to my theme, which I think gives more of a sense of realness to my body of work. There are going to be a lot of challenges, so I think you should brace yourself for that. But overall, I think you should just be patient because it will all be worth it at the end.
Thank you very much, Melati, for your time. I'm pretty sure that you still remember when I mentioned that we also have an art exhibitions of our year 11 students. Now, we are going to give you a peek of the exhibitions. Let's take a look. And that's the end of our visual art exhibition tour of Down the Rabbit Hole. I do really hope you enjoy your time here with us. If you want to enjoy yourself with these exhibitions, you can do it yourself. Don't forget to visit and follow our Instagram account at CikalDPArts_2022. Thank you and see you!
Thank you, Python and the artists, for giving us a tour of the wonderful exhibition. To all the audience, you are all invited to relive the experience of the gallery tour by watching the tour again should you feel like it.
Absolutely. As we know, Felicia, they are super talented and their artwork is super cool. Well, for more information regarding our event, you can visit our Instagram page at CikalDPArts_2022.
All right. So, Python, after watching all of the wonderful art from the exhibitions, can you please tell me what are we going to have after this?
Right. We have just pleased your eyes with marvelous visual art from Cikal students. Next on, we would like to please your ears with our students' music performances. We're jumping on to the music.
Cool. So, what do we have from our music students, Python?
Well, we have 4 phenomenal Year 12 music students who will present their performances, which will be followed by a musician talk led by our music teachers. We have Pa Yoga and Miss Juela to get some insights from the artists behind their process.
I definitely can wait for this, and we definitely don't want to keep the audience waiting. So, here it is. Cikal Amri Year 12 student present their music performance.
That was so relaxing. All right. Well, that was super cool and super talented. I completely enjoyed these performances. All right. Please give a round of virtual applause to our amazing musicians. And those were our year 12 music students, Shebi, Aina, Kahla, and Tervanska.
Paithan, you know what's more amazing? If we can invite them here on YouTube so we can listen to the great stories behind the creation of their songs. Am I right?
Definitely, yes. I guess we should call them up here now. Please welcome Akila Zenobia Budi Kusuma Dewi, Aina Dewi Fadila, Kahla Rabani, and Tervanska Hairan Jamalus.
And please also welcome Miss Jola Viana Luwindong and Pa Yoga Pradipto. Miss Yoga and Pa Yoga will be the host of today's musician talk. Miss Jola, Sebi, Aina, Kahla, and Tervanska, the spotlight is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. Yeah. So it was a really good performance from all of you. I'm really proud with all the work. Congrats everyone for that. And yeah, Miss Joella.
oh, yeah. So, after listening to your pieces earlier just now, I think now we want to talk with the artist behind the work, a bit more about the work, what's your inspirations, and such and such. So, I think the first question, just shoot the first question.
So yeah, everyone. So why do you make this type of art?
So the main purpose of all of these projects, both of them Tempting Eve and Claire de Lune, lo-fi remixes, to basically collaborate, mix different genres, and challenge our comfort zones as musicians. And what I mean by that is, as someone who has a basis of R&B music, throughout the whole learning process, I was definitely challenged by having to think about area of inquiries that have sort of like a social cultural context. For instance, like Middle Eastern music and all that. And even in Tempting Eve, we considered having a sort of religious context with like the the Adam and Eve lore and all that. And we also had an inspiration from flamenco and all that. And when I talk about mixing genres, each and every one of us have different musical backgrounds. For instance, um, Aina does funk music in her, the AWs, and Kahla is really into EDM, and Tre does classical music. I play the guitar, neo soul, and all that. So we try to create a silver lining for all of these genres and make sure that everyone is participating in the project.
So yeah, nice, very nice, great answer. And then, why are you drawn to this subject in both Tempting Eve and Claire de Lune?
For Tempting Eve and Claire de Lune, I was especially drawn into these two songs, and I'm sure my friends as well, because so from Tempting Eve, we actually interpreted from a dance that we saw on the internet, and it was a dance where a girl was imitating a snake. So we wanted to elaborate more on that idea through music, and we felt like trap, R&B, and Middle Eastern music was the best way we can portray those emotions and ideas in our sounds. Um, and I think we did a great job doing that. I think we did a great job doing that. And R&B, trap, and those Middle Eastern music really was able to portray such a dark emotion, yes, yet mysterious to the idea of Eve. And I was also very drawn to Claire de Lune because it's a classical piece that's loved by so many people, including me. And we were able to input and mix lo-fi and contemporary elements into Claire de Lune's. That's such a love classical piece, and I think we also did a really good job for that. So good job to Dre, Kala, Sebi. And yeah, I was really drawn to both because I get to explore more musical elements and explore genres that I wasn't familiar with.
Okay, nice. Good. And then what inspires you when you are making this project?
Since I was the one mainly in charge of Claire de Lune, I was really inspired by Claire de Lune itself because it's one of my favorite classical pieces of all time. And I thought that Claire de Lune is loved mutually, and so is lo-fi. And I wanted to see what happens if you combine both elements together. So that really piqued my curiosity. So I would say instead of inspiration, it's most likely curiosity, which made me pursue this project. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Ray, for the answer. And next, what connection do you have to your art?
So the connection do I have to Claude Delune is not that much. What was it? it was not a genre that I was familiar with, but I tried to do it anyway. The my participation is mostly in Clair de Lune, and the the only thing I did in Clair de Lune was make the chords and the drums, and that's about it.
Okay, thanks, Kahala.
Okay, so now it's my turn to shoot you guys with some questions. I've been looking at the comments, by the way, they're all excited, and I'm even excited to see how excited they are. Some even proposed for you guys to post it on Spotify, so maybe something to think about after this. Okay, so first question, back to Sebi. I think we'd like to know more about how do you make it, like probably the process of creating the composition itself. Can you just elaborate more on that?
Okay, so it was basically a really limited process, I would say, because we're in a pandemic, we don't really meet each other. So to do that, solve that, we sort of like trade our own samples on different digital audio workstations. For instance, I would make my own guitar playing in GarageBand, and then I would send it to Aina's Ableton or Logic Pro, and then we would use like Kahla's DAW as well, and sort of just like trade, and that allows us to have revisions and peer feedbacks whenever we have a new progress in the songs, and that also allows us to divide each other's roles, because well, we all know our distinct characteristics. I play the guitar, Tara's comfortable with the piano and all that. And then we start to, first of all, broaden our references. Hi, Isa. And also, basically, in Tempting Eve, me and Aina, we were inspired by, her song too, and D'Angelo, and I even put some, Eddie Van Halen and John Mayer stuff in the last part. So after we have that sort of like chord progression, basically just the basis of it, chord section, rhythm section done, that's where I'm comfortable to put the theory in. For instance, in Tempting Eve, well, it's a basic like R&B song in the beginning, so I just added like a minor 7 diatonic scale, and then eventually we enter the flamenco / Middle Eastern section, and as we know, those cultures mainly use the Phrygian dominant mode. So I mostly put my acoustic solo in that section, and obviously trying to include, pentatonic double stops and bends and all that. And in the last part, we have this sort of like, metal inspired section. So it was a lot of fun, right? Aina, like we mixed, R&B, flamenco, Middle Eastern, and also like metal music. And in the last part, I added like arpeggiated, diminished notes and all that. So after the feel and the section of the rhythm is done, I add the theory. Last part, we sort of work together on the mixing, and that's mostly like Aina's work because she's really good with the AWs and all that. So yeah, it's a really good partnership and collaboration progress.
Right. Okay. I think it's always nice to hear all the technicalities from the artist as well, and I think it's a very well informed work, as well as sort of combining all the strengths that each of you guys have. I think I'd like to move on to Trey. This one is more a bit like going apart from the technicalities. What does the piece mean to you? I think Trey, would you like to what does it mean?
In terms of what it means to us, I think as a class, it marks it's like a pillar to mark our musical journey because, as Sebi mentioned, all of our musical taste and musical technicalities vary and don't really mix well with each other. For example, classical music and funk, if you would try to combine both of them, it would sound pretty awkward if it's not done properly. So I think this was a really good learning experience, and we should really learn from it. And to me, this means this is a very important experience for me because it was my first project where I got to work in a group, especially in a subject I really, really love. And I'm very happy that it turned out the way it did because I'm not gonna lie, it was a real pain to set everything up and attend everything just to make 3 minutes of musical madness. But in the end, it was all worth it. So this project really means a lot for me, and I'm pretty sure it also means a lot to my group mates.
Awesome. It's very nice to hear. Okay, so I think two more quick questions. Where do you find your inspiration, Aina? I know that people have been mentioning your name for JW and stuff. So where your inspiration from?
Yeah, so for our inspiration, we first try to understand what genres that we want to explore in both songs. Like from Tempting Eve, we want to explore more on R&B, trap, and Middle Eastern. So we got inspiration from R&B artists like her, and like Sebi said, D'Angelo, and even John Mayer, her favorite artist forever. And then also for Claire de Lune, for classical and lo-fi. So we just look for inspirations like from YouTube, from Spotify, from Apple Music, and we try to understand how lo-fi beats are. And from then we got to understand that lo-fi emphasized on atmospheric and ambient. So that's what we try to put in our song, as well as in Tempting Eve. We try to incorporate R&B chords and dark trap, and also Middle Eastern. We even saw like Middle Eastern videos of people praising the snake to find inspiration. So we just find inspiration from everything and everywhere, basically, and try to incorporate it in our songs. And for DAW, I know a lot of people have been mentioning me about DAW. For DAW itself, I just try to find like the effects that I should put in the songs, like the reverb or like the mixing and the mastering, and how I can show R&B and trap and Middle Eastern successfully through my DAW mixing and mastering. And that's basically it. I just find inspiration from the genres that I want to portray.
Cool. Okay. So final question to Kaha, I think. Apart from the pandemic situation, sometimes people are just discouraged to or do not find an inspiration, but you guys managed to kind of just keep on creating. Kahala, can you share us a bit about what motivates you? I know Trey has been saying that it's challenging stuff. So what motivates you to actually create a finished piece?
So what motivates me is trying to fight my problem with procrastination, I think. So it helps to keep me busy and also as a learning experience. That's about it.
Okay, cool. So I think overall it's a really nice learning experience. Thanks to Pak Yoga as well as the leader of the pack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's really nice work. Anything to add, Pak Yoga?
So when you're all done with this project and you actually experience so many new musical elements in making it the song, do you guys have any idea in continuation of this project, like what kind of new project that you'll be making, or like from the learning process itself, like do you learn something new that will be applicable to your new art?
Well, I mean, I personally make commercial music as well, and I think this project has allowed me to. I remember, Payoga always asked me like, "Sammy, don't you want to sing in this project?" And I'm like, "No, I want to focus on my guitar because I don't exactly allow myself to do that in my commercial projects." So I think it's definitely, I think I now have more courage to sort of put in my guitar skills out there, and maybe in future projects I'll do just that.
Good. How about in Natra and Kahla? Do you have like new techniques that you will apply into your new music in the future?
Yeah, I mean, before this, I used to just explore with the genres I'm more comfortable with, like, yeah, funk, electro pop, or R&B. But with this project, I was able to explore more genres and experiment with those genres. So now I guess I'm more brave to, yeah, explore more genres and different musical styles. And I would love to incorporate those elements and those theories into my musical works in the future.
Okay, good. How about Kahla, like Entre? In this process, like you mostly do of your music like a solo project, right? And then when you're actually collaborating with so many people here, like how do you feel exactly?
It's a bit overwhelming at first, and it takes a bit of getting used to. But in the end, this project actually made me really want to start playing with an orchestra, and I would really like to try that because the satisfaction I had when the project was completed and performed was pretty immense, and I would like to feel that again.
Yeah, nice thread. Yeah, yeah. And then how about Kahla?
At first, it was pretty uncomfortable, but soon I tried to fit in, and the result was better than I expected. To being honest, so I'm so glad I was able to do this with collaborating, even though I'm not comfortable with it. So I'm still getting used to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, and again, I want to congratulate all of you, everyone. It was really great work, and then the hard work that you did is actually seen to the project. So yeah, again, I would like to congratulate all of you again.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah, good job.
I think we're passing it back to the MC. That's it from us.
Oh, that was amazing and really insightful, don't you think, Felisa? It is so glad to get to know their stories, their motivations, and also their challenges during this long process. Once again, congratulations to all your 12 students. Your hard work pays off. Okay, and thank you so much to Miss Joella and Pak Yoga for leading this musician talk. Also, we would like to say thank you to Shebi, Aina, Kahla, and Tre for sharing your stories with us today.
And also remember, you can always rewatch the performance on Sekolah Cikal official YouTube account or on our Instagram page at cikaldpart_2022.
That is right. Now, our lovely audience, unfortunately, we are at the end of today's sessions. But fret not, because tomorrow we have another sessions for an artist talk to have deeper interview with our visual arts students. Not only that, we will also have a film screening of short films from our DP film students, followed by a discussions with our filmmakers regarding their work in the director's talk.
Tomorrow's event starts at 8:40, streamed live from Sekolah Cikal official YouTube account. So please remember to set your timer and make sure you don't miss it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having joined us on the first day of Down the Rabbit Hole. Sekolah Cikal Amri's 2022 DP Art Exhibitions. We will see you again tomorrow. Have a great
Have a
day
great day.
and see you tomorrow.